Nate, how we doing?
Professor, about an hour out. Gonna head over to the Academy, get a light sweat with Wes, and then we'll head over to the college and get this over with.
Let's do it. Good. Now hold the elbow. Good. Now pull him. Even if he doesn't move, cross his arm that way. Like look at his belt. See his belt direction? Put his hand on his belt. There it is. He's gonna okay. Switch your footing. No. Go back. Switch your footing right now. Right there. Now give him a pull. He's gonna stop you. Cross his arm out of the way and shoot a double. Bop. Right there. Look how strong that is. Yeah. That's what you want. Yeah. Remember, same thing. You're gonna be here. So you have so many choices. Do your game plan right now. Try to space you, double hooks, boom, boom. If that doesn't work, have a shot. What if you go double hooks and he goes to his knees instead of staying standing? Double hooks, boom, grab the belt, grab the underhook, sweep. I really think you're going to get that hook sweep though. Because he's not going to be letting you have his back. He's going to be trying to face you so that you don't take his back. As soon as that happens, boom, rocking chair goes. Yep. Get that underhook though, you know? Yeah. If you're going to hook sweep him, you want down? Let me put your foot where it needs to go. That's right. So this is going to come up. This is going to come here. You're going to take your foot off. And now you're going to bring it under everything. Now go to normal half guard top. Normal half guard top. Move yourself that way. And don't give him your foot back. Yes.
I got some points. Ultra grip on them.
Get that knee exposed, good. Little fake knee on belly right here. Rock. What do you think? Is that the one?
That's what I want. That'd be sick. Or let's go here. Right?
I was thinking October for sure.
And then if anything, he's defending really big with it. And it's
looks like it would work. I think we're good, gentlemen. I think we're good. We're right about a time, right? 3:09. Proud of you guys regardless, but let's go have a good showing. Do our best, fix the game plans up, and make this a gold medal for both, I hope.
right here, baby.
Let's go, let's go.
Pump up the volume.
Pump it up, homeboy, just don't stop.
Nate's first match. The guy starts with a pretty heavy collar tie, but Nate takes it off pretty quick. And you can see here we're working the 2-on-1 series. He's got the sleeve and the elbow. And normally we'd take down, but today's challenge was to pull guard, directly to butterfly guard. Now watch this. Left hand on the belt, right hand underhook, nice and tight. And as you can see on the lower right there, this is exactly what we practiced at the Academy. So now we've got 2 points, and he's in kind of a 3/4 mount position. The guy still has the ankle. But what Nate has here is a nice strong cross face and also an underhook. Very important when you're on top of half guard to see if you can get the neck hug and the underhook. So from here, he's working to walk his hand up a little. The guy seems to have the belt grip, so it's making that a little challenging, but little by little he'll get there. So his knee is reaching the mat here, still got the ankle trapped. And the easiest way to get out of this is not to take your other leg and pry your foot out. It's actually what I'm telling him here, which is take the thumb and go ahead and wedge that thumb in the back of the uniform. And then when you swivel around, if the guy's trying to hold a foot on his left side, but you make his face look to the right side, your body twists. As you can see here, he's going to grab the collar, make him twist, and it's like pushing a button. As soon as that happens, they let the foot go. And as you can see, he's in the mount now, so he gets past points. There's 3 right there. That brings him to 5. And then he probably held up the 4 because of the mount. And that brings him to 9. So he's got a nice high mount here. He's kind of working a little bit higher and higher as he goes, and maybe looking for an arm attack. But no rush. That's our thing. Definitely no rush. Just keep the control and maintain the position. So from here, he's going to start putting his thumb in the collar. This is a little bit non-traditional. Normally it's 4 fingers in, but this is more of a Rafael Lovato cross choke that we work a lot here at our academy. So his right hand is thumb in, and you'll see here he keeps adjusting it to go deeper and deeper. That first hand is very important. The second hand just kind of makes the person look at the first hand side. But as he starts to lock things in, he's starting to get a little bit of pressure, and you can see there the guy bridges, and Nate's going to let go, which is a smart move because you want to maintain mount position. It's not important to get the choke. You can always keep working and kind of cooking the guy, but you don't want to let go of the mount. So now he kind of backs himself up to knee on belly, which you do not get points for. If you're in the mount and you back up to knee on belly, you don't get 2. If you were in side control and you went to knee on belly, you would get the 2 and then you would mount. But right now he's just using it to get a different angle on attack. So you can see there he kind of pins the arm, does a little split series action with his legs. And now he's got a hog tie, and again back to a very solid pressure here. Now from here he's going to start to transfer, it looks like, to the north-south. And now check this out. Most of the time in the north-south, when you get a Kimura grip, that's what you want. But as you can see on the lower right, that's not what we practiced. We actually wanted one of his favorites, which is the scissor choke, kind of lock in on the neck, and that seals the deal. So a Kimura is the initial threat, but the scissor choke was the finish. A solid first match by Nate, and we move on. All right, next up we have Wesley Freitas. Wesley is one of our kids class coaches. He's been a blue belt for just a little while, I'd say less than a year, and he's done pretty well in the last couple of tournaments. So his strategy was more to look for the takedown as opposed to Nate's, who was more to pull guard. You can see here he's doing a little hand on the head to kind of check the distance, and now he's already starting to annoy his partner with his grip. So you see how he's looking for that left hand on the left sleeve, and he's also holding the elbow. This is very annoying. You can see how bad the guy's wanting to pull away from that, because once somebody starts crossing your arm and holding those grips, it's extremely dominant. Makes you want to get away as fast as possible. So right there you see the first leg lift from the opponent, and there's the second. And what he's trying to do is he's thinking about how he can maybe use a knee to break the grips that he doesn't like. But you got to be careful with that. There's another one, and now this time Wesley grabs it, and that creates a takedown. Now the problem is they went out of bounds, but you can see he got the takedown. Still no score in this case though. So they reset back to the middle. Again, they got that traditional low head position, low posture for jiu-jitsu tournaments. You see that a lot. Here again, out of bounds. The referee will bring them back to the middle and another reset. Sometimes when it comes to takedowns, it can be a little challenging depending if your partner wants to come and take you down or if they want to stay away. And you can see here his opponent is head to head and has some grips, but he's not really taking a lot of shots. Now here Wes tries to swim inside, see if he can reach the legs. That's hard to do. But the opponent's not really trying any takedowns. He's just more being defensive, and now Wesley grabs the belt. Now that's kind of a game changer. When you hold on to somebody's belt, like right now Wes's left hand is on the belt, it's very hard to move your hips back anymore once somebody holds your belt. But then again, it's very hard for Wesley to get a takedown without letting the belt go. So he's kind of moving him around a little bit and being aggressive. This is just in case there's, for some reason, a referee decision at the end of the match. It's going to look like Wes was far more aggressive, which he was. So again, out of bounds and back to a reset. You can see here all the attempts are coming from Wesley as far as takedowns are concerned. And the guy's probably starting to feel a little overwhelmed at this point. When you're on the defense all the time, you want to pull guard, and that's what he does. Instead of getting almost taken down, he figures, let me go to my back, play a little bit of guard, and Wes kind of shifts off around the corner. It's almost a half guard right now. He's holding the uniform, and the guy starts to get under him, which is good for his opponent, but I'm yelling at him to pull back and get a neck hug because he needs to settle his weight down further away and not be directly on top. So right here you see he starts to do that. He hugs the neck tightly, and he's trying to keep himself in the half guard so the opponent doesn't recover guard. So right now you can see he's kind of blanketing his partner and starting to move to the 3/4 mount. And his knee looks like it's on the mat. His ankle is stuck, but other than that, he's definitely in a good position to mount. Now, I'm also yelling out to him the same thing that I was telling Nate in the previous match, which is if you can make your partner look away, that would be good. But this time his partner turned and exposed the back, so he was able to make the hooks, and you can see there he gets the points. Not exactly sure why he doesn't get guard passing points as well, because when you get the back, you should get 3 for the pass and 4 for the mount, or the back mount. And here he just gets the 4 for the back. So he's got the hooks in, and he's working his attacks. And you can see his opponent's making a little bit of an attempt to turn, and instead of Wes ending up on bottom, I remind him, climb up, put the hooks back in. Shouldn't be an easy thing to escape the back. So he adjusts his hooks, fix them, and now he's back in there and he's looking for the choke. But I'm also yelling out seatbelt. Seatbelt's very important to stop your partner from wiggling away and getting free. So the referee checks their position, looks like seatbelt and hooks, and she resets them back to the center of the mat. And here I remind him that if he loses the back, he would go to the mount, but that should not be something you easily lose. So he's here, he's got his seatbelt back intact, and we begin. So here he tries to go to the mount. I don't think that was the best idea, but neither did he, so he went back to back control, working a little bit of a choke, and I'm yelling out to him to keep it clean. I like the students to do clean techniques, not just neck crank. Now you notice here his feet are crossed, which is something we don't want to do. And his partner starts to kind of recognize that, it seems like. So I believe at some point he steps over, like right there, and he's trying to catch the feet, see if he can get him in an ankle lock. Now Wes is working more on a collar choke, starting to feed the uniform to his hand. The guy's still working a possible ankle lock. If you can't escape the back, that's one of your only choices. But Wes is not crossing his feet anymore, so there's not a lot of pressure on that. Here he's starting to isolate, possibly isolate the left arm, and the time is up. So he wins that one by a significant amount of points. And we'll move on to the next match. All right, we are back for the final for Nate, and guess who his opponent is? It's the same guy. He's earned his way back to the final, and so we begin. We got the rematch, and at first I told Nate maybe to use the 2-on-1 to work our takedown series, but he wanted to stick to pulling guard today to challenge himself. So you can see here, he gets the right hand on the right sleeve. Then he's going to take his left hand and control the tricep area. And our pulls in this tournament, our guard pulls, were directly to the butterfly guard. So here he sits the butterfly. A lot of people will drop to their knees. And so immediately he'll take his left hand and grab the belt, creating a wall between his elbow and his arm. And then on the right side, he's going to get a nice deep underhook. And then sort of kind of rocking chairs back and uses the hooks as a kick. And that would be 2 points, as the referee gave there. 2 points for the sweep and another 4 points for the mount. So we're up 6-0, starting in a great position. And right now he's just taking his time. And you can see here he gets the underhook, removing his partner's arm or his opponent's arm from the leg. So there's no attempt at a side escape or a bridge. So here we're in the mount, and you know, the idea is to cook opponents. If you guys get good positions, you want to maintain those. And of course they have to work to get out, but you don't want to rush your submissions. Just take your time and it will come. So we're here in the mount, kind of cooking and waiting. And the opponent on bottom, of course, will work here to flatten his leg and get underneath. But Nate does a good job of dismounting. And now he kind of sets up something I don't see him do that much. It's like a 5-finger Kimura or 1-arm Kimura. You can finish that. He's pretty close to finishing there, but I think he gave it a quick shot and then elected to go back and work from side control. So a while back at the Academy, we worked something called the split series, where you're using your feet to pin an arm, and then the other side is held by your head and shoulder. So you're splitting the opponent's arms, one on one side and one on the other, and Nate's doing a good job here of doing that. We also had a funny plan. There's a triangle that he does where he falls off, and you have to go to your back to do the triangle. But I was trying to come up with code words, so I mentioned to him to try the triangle, but don't go to your back. And I don't know why I thought he would understand that. Of course you go to your back. So that would be my fault when he steps over here, because he had all the elements, but because he heard me say don't go to your back, he tried to do it without going to his back, and didn't quite work out. But he did a nice job here of transitioning. So watch his right leg. Rather than a triangle, he's going to push all his weight to his left knee, step his right foot over his partner's head to the other side, and make a hook under his neck. So now he's got a nice hook under the neck, and then his left knee starting to creep up. He's still got his partner's arm, and when he sits over, he gets a nice tight arm lock, and that's it. So he takes the final by submission, and he's been working that arm lock for just a little while, so pretty cool to see him use it in competition. Okay, and now we are back to the final for Wesley. And wouldn't you know it, the same situation. He's going to be repeating against the same individual as the first match. The guy earned his way back to the final. So we begin. Now, when you've already had a match with somebody before, you have an idea what they feel like or what they like to go for, because you just experienced it. So the guy knows that Wesley has pretty good takedowns. So he's doing a pretty good job of holding Wes at this point. But Wesley's going to work on cross gripping as he's doing there. He does get that cross grip and the elbow. And now you can see here, they're kind of moving around. The guy's trying to stay away, but he takes a nice shot and drags the guy down to a single, knee taps, and finishes with the double. So here the referee gives him 2 for the takedown and resets them back to the same position in the center of the mat. So here I'm telling Wesley to make sure he grabs the belt, which is what he had a moment ago, keeping control of his partner's hips. And now he's keeping a good pressure on top, good base, and you'll see him start to climb his head over his partner's head, and little by little kind of creep to the 3/4 mount again. This is a great strategy whenever you're in what seems to be a half guard. Going to the mount position is amazing. You get a lot of points for that. You get 3 for the pass and you get 4 more for the mount. So that's usually our strategy rather than going to side control. Now here the guy has a lockdown position. He's doing a good job of locking into the leg. But the more Wes walks to the side and circles his foot, he should be able to free himself from that position. And we did work this in the academy earlier in the day, but he keeps on walking and the guy has a really nice lockdown. So watch what he does. He takes his left heel and kind of gets underneath, pulls up the feet and frees his right foot. So now he can twist his hip and start to push himself back to the 3/4 mount. Now he's here and doesn't quite have mount yet. The guy's still holding on to the ankle. But Wes has got good position. All he's got to do is get that ankle free.
Wes, don't forget, you're winning. Take your time, but look for the mount now.
I'm reminding him that there's plenty of time. He's doing a great job. And there is no rush. And here you can see him do a traditional thing. Try and take his foot up and pry off the legs. But I yell at him in this situation and tell him to take his foot off.
Put your right knee heavy.
Yeah, the right knee just needs to be heavy. And what he's going to start doing is making the guy look the other direction. You can see me pointing. And as soon as he gets that right hand under the neck and starts cross-facing and kind of straightening his partner, it's the same scenario as Nate's match. So if you're trying to hold something on your left side with your legs, but somebody hugs your neck and starts making your neck crank over to the right side, it's very likely you're going to lose what you're holding with your legs. So this is what we're trying to get done here. You can see him taking his time, keeping a good amount of pressure, and there he gets the crossface.
Now sink back inches, sink back, not forward, back.
Telling him to back up a little so he has more drive.
2 minutes remaining. Patience, composure, pressure.
Patience, composure, and pressure. It's easy to have good composure when you have good pressure. If you can just pin your opponent, then there's not a lot to worry about if you're in good position. So here he kind of creeps up, the referee's counting, and of course will get his pass points, and again should get his mount points. So you can see how high his mount is. I keep telling him to climb high in the mount. A high mount is a dangerous mount when it comes to arm bars, so he's really nice and low, very stable, and he's just starting to creep his knees up little by little.
Minute 30, a lot of time, Wes. Start scooping your right arm inside of the cross arm. Use your right
So here I'm letting him know to grab with his right arm, grab his partner's right arm.
your body now. There you go. Left knee comes up a little higher.
So he's creeping up his left knee. He's in such a high mount, it's not hard to pass his foot over as he does there. And you can see, stretches the arm, gets a nice tight arm lock. And Wes was a little mad at himself for the first match because he didn't finish. But this time, he does a great job, and he finishes. Much respect to all of the opponents that we competed against today. We help make each other better, of course. And we're just doing this for learning purposes, so we hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please let us know in the comments if you did. And also make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
The volume.